Tony had always struggled with tithing, and I was always pretty adamant about tithing, but I was also further in my faith walk than Tony was.
Mm-hmm. It's something that I think naturally as men, we struggle with the thought of tithing. I've talked to a lot of different guys, and it's very natural for us to think about it as it's my responsibility to lead this family. It's my responsibility to provide for this family. And it takes a whole lot to be able to surrender that and be obedient to our Father. But in doing so, I personally have seen a huge difference in our lives, the opportunities that have been laid out in front of us. And I truly believe that they probably wouldn't have all came to fruition if it wasn't for that obedience.
So tithing was always a place of tension between Tony and I. And I remember him saying, I will tithe when we have the money. And I was the spender. I had a problem with spending money. And I had asked him for several years to just take my cards and kind of give me an allowance, and he refused. And so one day I was reading my Bible and I was praying, and I felt God say, we're not going to take it from you. I want you to give it to me. And I was just like, what? And he said, where's the area? I was praying for Tony to be a spiritual leader. And he said, what area is the most tension right now? And so he was asking me to give him room to lead Tony. And so right then and there, I cut up my debit card. Tony started giving me allowance. And through that, we have become debt-free. And also that gave room for Tony to breathe and God to work in Tony. And we are faithful tithers.
Absolutely.
And some of the blessings through that is God always shows up. Like if we have something that we're struggling with, how are we going to do this? God shows up, whether it's financially or with resources.
In any department.
Any department, yeah. With our job opportunities right now, that was a huge blessing from God.